So I found out about this game called Ghostlore on Reddit. One of the developers made a post about how they see it as the love child of Diablo and Final Fantasy. Well, I didn't play those games except for a little bit of Diablo 3. I guess I did watch my dad play that one Final Fantasy, where the guy looks like he just got done riding a jet ski constantly. Like he always looks like he just got done riding a jet ski. But I am a fan of kinetic action RPGs like Path of Exile or of course the boomingly popular Lost Ark. The game is currently in development with an expected release date of March 2022, which is really soon. However, there is a free demo available now, so I thought I'd check it out. In this game, there are 6 different classes that all play pretty different from each other. Each class has unique abilities that make it feel special, like the Hash Ashen, which is a lot of fun to say. Go ahead, try it. Hash Ashen, Hash Ashen. Anyways, this class allows you to stealth into the shadows and then pop out for a huge damage burst. Then there's this other class called the Exorcist that focuses on placing seals on the ground for extra damage and shooting cards. Whoa. Plus, there's a class that lets you turn into a were-tiger. A were-tiger, how cool is that? I didn't even know those existed. In the demo, the core gameplay focuses on using class abilities and spells to dispatch waves of frantic enemies. Developing your character and finding or crafting new and powerful gear seems like it will play a big part in the full experience as well. In fact, it was almost like I got too many drops. My inventory was constantly full. I'm not sure if this was just a standard thing in those old action RPGs to just have loads of basically useless items, but it did become somewhat difficult to manage. For me, I think I would have felt more enthusiastic about the drops if I just received like half or maybe even a third as much. To expand your character, there's a glyph system, which gives you a way to buff certain attributes like health, mana, evasion, accuracy, all that kind of stuff. There's also special glyphs called compound glyphs that work somewhat like Tetris in a way. You place these glyphs in your glyph holder thing, and if other glyphs fill in the blue, then you get a bonus buff. How neat is that? On top of that, there's gems that you can socket into armors, shields, and weapons. I saw that there was some sort of crafting system. I didn't dive too much into it, but it didn't look like anything revolutionary. But was still nice to see in an indie title like this. Another thing that was cool was the ability to cook food for buffs. There are a bunch of different types of ingredients that you can find in the world and then you take to a merchant in the main hub city. The merchant will then create a special dish that gives you different bonuses depending on what you made. Plus, all the food looks amazing, as in something that I devour right now. No, seriously, I'm basically a starving artist at this point, and I'm not that good at art. But I do try my best to bring you guys quality videos, so if you're enjoying this video thus far, please consider pressing the like button and maybe even subscribing too. It helps this channel grow and it also helps spread the word about Ghostlore. Speaking of which, every level, even if you revisit it, is a randomized map. Well, to an extent. It seems like every location has its own theme and general aesthetic, while it's the paths to complete the objective that change. To me, it seems that this will play a big role in the endgame after the main quest. One of the developers on Reddit posted saying that there's a mode called Hellgate, which is more akin to a traditional roguelite. They also state that this mode is where the fun truly begins, so I'm interested to see what that's all about. But also, the game itself looks incredible. I'm not exactly sure what you'd call this art style, maybe isometric pixel art, probably, I don't know. I'm an idiot when it comes to that, but I really dig this art style. From the first level, it really draws you in. There's a lot of vibrant and islandy colors mixed in with cyberpunkish themes. I'm not completely sold on the punk aspect of it all just yet, because it doesn't seem to be completely cohesive with the rest of the game, from what I saw at least. The developers call it East Punk, and maybe the punk elements will be more present in the final game, but that doesn't detract away from the rest of the game or its setting. The fighting areas are spooky and feel very dungeony, even though they take place outside and close to the coast. The hub area is also pretty cool. It reminds me of Super Mario Sunshine a little bit. With like the ocean and the tropical vibes, just a little more scary. One of the more unique elements about this game is that it's based on Southeast Asian cultures and draws from the folkloric monsters of the area, which is something that hasn't been explored much in video games. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that the game has local co-op. Not something that I would probably use right now, but if this was back in the day, or if I was younger, me and my brothers would be all over this. One thing that I think this game could benefit greatly from would be a wide variety of control schemes or control options. This game does support controllers, which is awesome. The biggest problem I had was that sometimes I'd be trying to get an item and my character would just randomly attack a box, or I'd be trying to get away from some enemies, but my character would be attacking instead. And that's because you use the left mouse button to move and attack. There's also some sort of auto attack feature that makes your character swing or shoot anytime you get close to an enemy or destructible item. Maybe I'm just not used to the way these games work, but I'd like the option to be able to move with the right mouse button and then solely attack with the left mouse button, and then also have the ability to disable the auto attack. Those changes I feel would make the game feel so much better and more fluid. Based off of the Reddit post, it sounds like this game has been mostly developed by one person for around 3 years. Towards the end of its development, the main developer's brother or family member joined in to finish it off. This game is intriguing and has potential to say the least. I'm excited to see the final product, which should release in just a few weeks. If this game sounds cool to you, then go check out the game's Steam page. I'll link it in the description below. Thank you for watching. You're all beautiful. Okay, bye.